David?
David Moore, Dallas Morning News. We've asked you a lot about all the changes you've had in the offensive line since you've been here, but the ability to have Zach in place and kind of anchor that, especially in a week like this where you're going against Aaron Donald. Can you just talk about Zach and how he anchors that line for you?
Well, I mean, Zach Martin's not only an anchor for offensive line. He's definitely one of our keystones in the locker room. Just a great pro all the way around. Still playing at an extremely high level, but yeah, he gives us such a high level of consistency with the communication, the experience, and he does a phenomenal job with our young players.
I know you're not focused on any one matchup, but him going against Aaron Donald, is that about as good as it gets in interior line play in this league?
Definitely. I mean, if you want to watch a matchup, that'd be definitely one to circle. But I think also, it depends on where Aaron's going to play. I mean, there's certain formations and based off what we're expecting and so forth. So I don't know how much he'll be on the right side.
Clarence, before we start talking around, there was so much talk in the offseason last year about Trevor. He got the interception to give up the yards, and I don't know if there was a focus on if he was gambling too much, being more fun than the sound. How well is he playing right now? I mean, he doesn't. We got the 2 picks, but his ability to knock down passes and break up passes. How well is he?
Definitely. I mean, I think he's playing very well. I thought he was huge in our last game. Obviously with the 2 big 4th down stops, but. I think it's like anything in this league. We talked about it a bunch. Talked about it a bunch in the Wednesday team meeting where, 4 weeks into this, and now he's a year and 4 weeks into it. People have video on you. I mean, we all have tendencies. The most important thing is you need to know your tendencies. You need to know what you've put on film, and you'll have a higher understanding, expectation, anticipation of how people are going to attack you. And I think he's definitely making that. He's making that progress.
I mean, look at it. He's seemingly effectively ended the last 3 games with the tackle and the pick, and the pass deflection the other day. I mean, is he taking his game to another level? Do you see him getting better? I mean, all around?
I think I just said it, but I didn't give you enough adjectives. So he's doing because you're in charge of his fan club, and I get that. I'll help you along here. But absolutely. I think he's playing. Super instinctive and smart. I mean, his anticipation skills are top notch. But yeah, definitely, I think he's been outstanding. Is it good? Yeah, very good.
Mike Todd, at ESPN. Bobby Wagner, he's been a guy who's played at a high level for a long time. What was this team's level of interest in adding him in the offseason? Did it ever come close, and how's he playing now? I mean,
as far as coming close, I know Dan Quinn and Bobby have a relationship, but just like anything, there's always a business, side to that component, and where we were as far as our young guys, and so that was all part of it. But as far as ifs and buts, I never really like to get into that because there's a lot of conversations that go on a yearly basis. But I'll just say this: Bobby Wagner, fortunately and unfortunately, I've competed against the Seahawks a lot, but he was definitely one of my favorite opponent players over the years. I just think that his instincts and awareness, obviously that great defense that they had up there, I thought he was such a key cog to the way they operated. He was a good pressure player, just his ability to tackle. And I can't tell you how many times over the years you look at a first down run that you think is going to go for 7, 8, 9 yards, and it's 2nd and 7. Just because of his ability to tackle on the spot. So I have a lot of respect for Bobby Wagner.
John Machota, The Athletic. What have you thought so far through 4 games of Dante Fowler and played 26 defensive snaps?
Yeah.
Is that kind of where you want him at, or can you play more?
No, I think like anything, trust me, we're looking at the same statistics that you are. But if you look at the number of reps per game, they are down a little bit. Yes, we would like to get him more opportunities. But there's a couple guys in that category, and that's a product of the depth that we do have. And these are good challenges to have. We understand that. He understands that. But I think he's done an outstanding job since he's been here. He's been an excellent fit for us. Very willing, whether it's even special teams, reps and so forth. But he's been a joy to coach.
Michael Jelkin, Dallas Morning News. What is the outlook with Jake Ferguson and this practice yesterday?
Well, I'm looking for Jake to start with Britt today, and then hopefully work into the team. So that's what he's scheduled for today.
Okay. Mike Edwarder, ESPN. Noticed Sunday Dak had nothing on his right hand and thumb. Last week at practice he had light athletic tape. Yesterday he was wearing the splint again. Is that required because of the additional work he's doing throwing balls and gripping the ball, or is it something from the doctor, meeting with the doctor earlier in the week?
All great questions. Don't have the answers to any of them. I think the biggest thing is, he's going through treatments. I'm sure at some point, he gets done with practice, they maybe put in a sling. I don't know exactly, what the protocol, what he wears on the thumb, but I do know he's getting better.
Can you just outline what you expect from him this week, if anything?
Well, just had a chance to watch him a little bit before the pre-practice, so just to continue to work out. I mean, the goal right now is to get the strength. He's working on his strength to grip the football, so that's the immediate goal.
Brad Sham, Dallas Cowboys Radio. Mike, you said Fowler was one of a few guys in the category of you'd like to get some more snaps, so this is the first of two questions. Who are some of the other ones? And two, if you haven't already, how will you decide between the long snappers?
I'll say this, as far as the defensive snaps, you could really go across there. I mean, the inside guys, just the rotation there. I mean, Chauncey hasn't had a lot of snaps, but also Tristan and Neville, just that rotation. And obviously Bohan has played some, but so I would just say the defensive front is where our biggest challenge is because of our depth. As far as the snappers, you'll see them work today. I mean, today will be, we have a field goal segment there during the early special teams work. So this will be, our opportunity to see their first live action. So we'll have a good feel for that after today.
Calvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News. How has Biotis been playing this year? Because it's got a big challenge, we assume, this week.
Yeah, I think Tyler's doing an excellent job. I mean, if clearly his understanding and application of communication as far as the calls is a lot higher, which is to be expected. I think, his command and understanding is definitely where it needs to be. But just like anything, we've had a number of moving parts in there. So his ability to communicate with more than one guard, particularly to his left, I mean, that's something we just got to continue to work on. But he's been very assertive in his declarations and adjustments. If anything, he could probably back it down a little bit. But he's really taken charge, and you could just see his maturation in that area of communication has definitely been heightened this year.
It's been clear for months now that the way that Damone has gone about his rehab and just preparing, it's really gotten a lot of respect around the building. What specifically about the way he's gone about it has done so, and how did you make it out of yesterday's spring practice?
Well, I mean, let's go back to the beginning. I mean, when we drafted Damone, we were so excited just to get him based off his college tape and his career. I mean, he's an outstanding football player, number one. So, and then obviously going through the injury and the operation and so forth. But it's just like anything in this business. Player, coach, support staff. Until you get to work with anybody, you really don't know. And just to watch the way he's attacked the rehab, it's been extremely impressive for first year players. So he's all football, and he's in incredible shape. And I think in the long term of this is a blessing for him, because he obviously took care of a serious situation that he wasn't even aware of. So. But he's done a great job getting himself ready for this opportunity. So we're just excited to see him get out there and play.
He came out of it okay. How did he come out of practice?
Yeah, no, he came out fine.
Mike Doria, Stein Yahoo Sports. What do you respect most about Sean McVay as an offensive play caller and offensive mind?
Sean, what I love about Sean, I love his aggressiveness. I mean, he doesn't back off, and that takes a discipline. I think it's. Usually you're talking about discipline from the other side of the fence. When to be more conservative or not too conservative. So I've always appreciated his aggressiveness in the area of scheme and play calling.
Mike, on the long snappers again, this might be a yes answer for you, but what's more important, accuracy or speed? And how they get
Today,
back there?
I mean, being new, accuracy.
So by game time, it's the 1.2 seconds or whatever you guys want to get the kickoffs in.
Oh my God! I've been doing this a long time, so I'm out of no answers right now, so can you help me out? So,
Do you, how often do you use the point spread to motivate the team?
I don't know if I ever have. No, I have. What is it this week?
5.5.
We're underdogs. We're good. All right. Just wrote my Saturday night speech. I'm good. No, I've never used it, but I'll just say this: we're nobody's underdog. So if you need a quote,
That it? Anybody else? Good.
thank you.
Stay with your chest. You got anything close? Stay with your chest.